So this is my first field I'm doing here in Indiana. Reese will be moving over here probably Monday. He'll be done in Illinois, moving over here in Indiana, planting corn. Things are moving along rather fast. I'm going to plant beside this irrigation here. David's been working on those, getting those set up, motors and stuff, so we can move them. This has been moved to work around. See if she works out all right and moves for me this morning. We're running. See if we can get it going. We need to go counterclockwise. Turn the power on the box. We got movement. Going counterclockwise. It's out there where I have it planted. Planted right down through here. Move it over in here. And then we'll be ready to shut her off again. This field's got a lighter spot up in there around these towers, that hump there. So I'll plant 125,000. When I get to that, I up it to 130 since I didn't do a prescription for this field. I'll just chain this manually. Planted in the rye 130,000. So for else, everything's been 125 this year. Especially since it's so early. Gives lots of time to grow. Branch out. I don't know if you necessarily raise better beans by planting them this thin, but I know you raise as good of beans if you can plant them thinner, space them out better, probably a little better, save a lot of seed. Boys, it dried out. Worked it up a while back. Hadn't rained much since then, so we really got the dust rolling here.
Sunday morning, YouTube. I'm going up to Robinson. I sometimes like to make a pit stop when I'm working up here on Sunday. So me and the Titanic just pulled in the port here in Highland Christian Church. I like going here where I'm working on Sundays because they got like 3 different services and I don't know anybody. So I'm in them, I'm out, back to work.
Going up with my 3750 100-foot seed tender. This has been a good one. There's not much to go wrong. I think we replaced the motor once. Other than that, everything's great. Put new tires on it. I really like it. It's got a nice switch on it my brother George made. I would like to have a bigger one because when I go like to Indiana, it's not enough. It's like 350 bushel or something. Would really like to have one in 500 bushel on the first gooseneck. So I might sell this one after the year's over. Let's see. I'll go ahead and fill up. Looks like it's going to take about 8 minutes to fill up, 120 bushel. These hold 60 bushel a piece and I was empty basically. Well, that's pretty fast. I could push it a little more, but that's where I'm running it at. I just like to say hi to my grandson Eli when he gets to see this. I know he can't see it in boot camp, but one of these days he'll be out of boot camp in the Marine Corps and he'll be back watching me. I wrote him a letter out here where I was with some long straight roads with nothing in the way. I was on auto steering those passes, nothing going wrong. I just hope he can read it. So, hi Eli, we're all proud of you, buddy. So easy, just like that. 120 bushel, at least 110 put in there. I just think back the way it used to be. I once planted 500 acres, non-stop, 23 row, 15-inch planter with bags. Took about a day and a half, I think. But that was a lot of bags to handle. And I was a whole lot younger. I'd hate to go back and have to do that again.
Currently retracing my steps. At some point this morning, the snout fell off the seat tender on the way up here. I don't know where it's at. Retracing my steps in town, then heading south on Route 1. David's starting at the farm, heading north. Hopefully we found it, and it hasn't been ran over, smashed submarines. Just got a call from David. He has found it. It's where I thought it might be. We're kind of in the middle of redoing Route 1 close to home, and one of the bridges, there's a really big bump. That's where it was. So he's coming up. He's going to meet me. He said it's not been up too bad. We're going to get it on. He's got some screws. We'll screw it on better, and then get to planting. I've been looking for that.
I think you lost it.
Yeah. Oh, it is bent. Not bad though. Could be worse. It's on. Thanks for taking care of me, Dad.
Yeah, you can call me whenever you break or lose something again.
See you in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Well, you can see how much dust is flying. A nice square field here, straight passes on auto steer. I tell you, one of the best things about auto steer is being able to eat your lunch. It's lunchtime. It's like I got a bologna sandwich and a ham sandwich. That's what I like, mixing it up. Wife fixes the bologna sandwiches sometimes, and then she'll fix me ham. Today I got one of these, so they don't get monotonous. They're all good. She's a great wife, that woman. Please be sure to put this on YouTube because I need some brownie points for Julie, for me to Julie, because when I get in trouble, I use all the help I can. Anyway, she's a great girl.
Well, it's 12:18. I'm just now getting to the field. But at least I'm getting to the field. Pretty dark to the south of me. I think it might miss me though. Now, I got about 150 acres left here in Robinson. Sunday, there's a chance of rain this evening and a little bit Monday, and then more Tuesday, and that's a real cold night. Now, whether the push at night, get it done, just so it's all done, because I hate, you know, having part of an area planted, and then get rained out, then you gotta leave the tractor here, probably wait for that to dry up, when another area might be dry. So the push and plant, or to get this field and go home.
Rain and snow is expected Monday night and Tuesday, with potential for some light snow accumulations on grassy areas. You're listening to NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards, Station KX in Newton.
Don't like the sound of
Now
that.
for the official.
Got it done. Not quite as late as I thought it'd be.
Don't disturb them. They're pretty vicious.
Yeah,
Don't they look mean?
I'd stick my hand back and pet them, but it might get bit off. Moving day. Driving me to Robinson. I'm going to take the planter to Indiana. Then somehow we'll get the Titanic moved over.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
we'll get it over there. Just be a couple of trips.
You're also babysitting the bean planter guy.
Yeah,
He's more high maintenance.
he is. He needs a belt to load the beans. He's got one, but he's got to take it off the wagon, and it's just too much trouble. So we're going to take him another one. So he won't have to crawl up in
What a diva. Leaving Illinois, about ready to cross into Indiana. Can't go over the usual bridge. That's got all kinds of room. George was telling me they got construction around Vincennes, so I'm gonna have to go over this 2-lane one. The Memorial Bridge in the Vincennes and cut through town, which is a little tight. I should be able to make it. Maybe should have called for a police escort, but I did not. Be okay. Don't move. She's tight all right. George Rogers Clark Memorial. Don't know about him. Hook him up. Well, we've made it. There's Boss Man kicking up some dust. Alright, first thing first, gotta change my orifices for my liquid nitrogen. Gonna plant the strip till over here first. Since it was applied in the fall and the spring, applied fertilize. We did some DAP that has some nitrogen in it. The fall we use MAP that doesn't, because we just lose it by then. So putting on more stuff where the fall applied fertilizer was. So that's what I'm doing first. So I'm going to change these orifices. This is the test I'm the most excited about this year and how it plays out in my eyes, just because it took so much effort and everything. There's a fit. We're testing strip till against conventional till. Like right here, this was spread in the fall, worked with a speed tiller in the fall, and this was strip tilled in the fall. Done every 120 feet all across this 160 acre irrigated field. So I have to say that I am planting a little deeper. This is some really thick dirt. It's okay, but it is irrigated. Plant a little deeper than I normally do, just to get down the moisture because it's really dry around here. So interesting to see how this plays out and see if one does better than the other. Stay tuned. We'll keep tabs on this field and see if we can tell any difference in how they look and whatnot as they grow. Well, got quit early tonight. Sun's still up. I was gonna get some drone shots of the nice lights on the 380, but my knives are starting to wear out on my Conceal gauge wheels. In case you're wondering how long they last, I was wondering how long they'd last. They've lasted quite a while. 4,200 acres. Now they're starting to wear out. So I got two off. This is how they're supposed to look. This is how they're not supposed to look. So that jams up with dirt there, so it will be plugged up all the time. Good news is, pretty easy to take off. Bad news, there's 48 of them. Jay's heading in with the tractor. I'm gonna run him to get Dad's seed tender and get Dad taken care of. Then David's running over new ones of these to me. Then after Jay gets done with his and David gets here, all three of us knock this out real quick, I think. I'm relieved that you don't have to take the gauge wheel off. That helps speed it up a bunch. All you really need to do is lift it up, or at least this is how I'm doing it. That's the first time doing it, so there might be a better way. Lift it up, get the impact on. That hangs her down. Get the screwdriver in. so I can pop the supply line off pretty fast. Pretty happy about that. Tuesday morning, got all the Conceal gauge wheel knives on. The knives that go between the Conceal gauge wheels. Putting on nitrogen last night. Me, David, and Jay knocked them out pretty quick. Today's the day we've been dreading. Supposed to get down to 30 degrees tonight. 100% chance of precipitation. Mostly rain, chance of snow mix. We've been down this road before with corn that's barely up. It's be fine, I think. And been down this road with seeds in the ground. And as dry as it is, it'll be fine. If it was wetter, I don't think it'd be a problem. One thing we haven't dealt with is this. We got beans up. Now, I'm no agronomist, but I've always heard that it's good to talk to your plants. So I figured now's as good a time as any. Guys, you've come up good. You look good. I'm proud of you. But I'm not gonna lie with you. I gotta level with you. It's gonna get really cold tonight. And some of you may not make it. But be strong and be courageous. And if one of your buddies dies, live on for him and bush out more, so that his death be not in vain. Good luck. Well, I think that went well. It's up to them now. But to be honest, I don't think they listened to a word I said. All right, I got my tether switch, which is nice, where I can kick on my liquid nitrogen, just checking it all out, make sure they came out, all of them. Not any leaks where we put together. Best I can see, everything looks good. So get to planting until the rain moves in, then we'll stop and pray. Yeah, it's coming. Stay away. Thanks a lot, Canada, for the cold air.
5 o'clock in the evening, I've planted 355 acres down here in this big field. I'm going to call it quits for the day. It's starting to sprinkle. Snow right behind the sprinkle. I'm going to take my tractor up to the shed. I got to take a wiring harness that's on it off for another tractor for a nitrator. So anyway, it's one of those days you get outside and you think, man, should I even be planting? See all this dust, so I'm going to head her on in, shut her down a little bit earlier today. I could probably go a little bit longer, but I don't feel like there's really any use at this time, so that's what we'll do. There's 650 acres in this field. We got 355 of it, so it really goes fast. You get in a field like this.
I had to run down the H&R, one of my lines for my Conceal gauge wheels had a crack in it, or a hole in it, whatever you want to say. Anyways, had to get a new one. But I've come back to less than ideal conditions. Cold front's here. It is cold and it's raining. It's 37 degrees. And landlord Judy from around Flat Rock just texted me that it's snowing there, so less than ideal conditions, to say the least. Ridiculous. It's snowing.
What we needed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good for something. Yeah, not what we're after, but yeah.
I got to get back out and plant beans. This is bean weather if I've ever saw it, man. Get a little skiff of snow on top of them beans, keep them nice and insulated. Woo!
New generation of farming.
Have you ever had beans planted and then it snowed?
Yeah, but not up. I planted some in May one time on a 40-20 and it was snowing while I was planting on Putnam Farm. Not very long.
But that was
sure
fun.
did.
I bet that was fun.
It was cold.
I bet. Hang in there, guys. Good luck. I'll go inside. It's cold. Wednesday morning. Treating beans. Jay's unloading some snake oil. Some of the latest snake oil from Wabash Valley that we're gonna use with our side dress. Maybe get it ready to go, or might start doing that next week. George is working on that right now, getting it ready to go. I'll do some maintenance on the planter and everything. Maybe plant this afternoon, maybe not. Maybe wait till tomorrow, but kept waking up, checking my phone every time I woke up last night. 32 is the coldest I saw it, and got a little snow. It's already melted off. So everything in the ground, I'm pretty confident it'll be fine. Corn that's up, I'm pretty confident it'll be fine. The beans are up. That's the question. It'll be okay. Even if it's not okay, it'll be okay. People got a lot more worse problems than whether their beans will survive. There she is. Mighty side dress rig. Gonna be ready to go?
We'll be ready to go by Monday.
Right. Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, we'll be ready to go another day. If it works.
Yeah.
As long as that, if it works.
Yeah, we'll see. John Deere rate controller and a red tractor. So they got a John Deere screen. Eh. It'll work. How are you guys? Doing good? You good? I have to say, we're on in-row here. I have to say, this strip till and this muck ground, which it's okay. It's a little thick, but looks awful pretty right now anyways. Just checking in on you. You okay? You guys feeling all right? Stay strong. One more day. One more tough night to make it through, then you're homebound. Don't die on me now. Well, I got my line ran. There's a bushing here that holds the front arm of the Conceal knife to the planter frame. That bushing is already wore out, 4,000 acres in, so that's disappointing. So got too much play, I think maybe that's why the line broke. So you know, weld the two bushings together. That'll take the play out. See what happens. All right, so we're spits the nitrogen out. Gauge wheel, nitrogen out right there. Knife up front, bushing, you can tell it's been wore out for a while. There's two of them that kind of slide together, weld them together. This did have a whole bunch of play, I didn't show you. No play now, still has a little wiggle up and down for a little give. By golly, I think it worked. Garrett's filling up. David's spraying with the Heggie so they can get all caught up. It's supposed to rain again this weekend, then a big warm up next week after this cold spell we've had. Jay, I think, will get done working ground today. Dad will get done planting beans in Indiana tomorrow, and that just leads some river bottom ground in Illinois and the seed beans that he can't plant until May 1st. So now I got about 3 good days of planting, I'll be done. So getting there. Well, I've really been wanting to get a nighttime drone shot, but every time it turns dark, something happens. I can't do it in this field I'm in right now because there's a high voltage line, there's an irrigation. Anyways, that's the only hit nothing. So I was gonna hop across the ditch, do it, or do the drone shots in it, but I got a row here, row 19, having problems with. It's not terrible, but spacing's the lowest on it, and singulation. I keep getting the warnings on it, so that's got to pass. Well, I got a round left here in this field. I'm gonna finish this field. I gotta head home, and I got some of those, I don't really know what you call them. I would call them feeder wheels that kind of feed the seed into the belt that takes it down to the ground. I'm thinking maybe those were wore out. So we got a neighboring farmer who's ran all the precision seed tubes for several years. He said usually we got a row messing up, it's one of those, Craig Buchanan. So I'm gonna see if what Craig says is usually wrong is what's wrong. So we'll see. I'll try those, change those in the morning, and see if that makes row better. That row better. Row 19 is our issue. Hey, it's okay to come out now. Did you guys make it?
We went through our 2 nights of cold weather. I think we're fine. Tuesday night it got down to 33. Snowed a little bit, rained just a little bit. Last night they was predicting 31, I believe, but 36 is as cold as it got. So I think everything's good. I think our little beans will be fine. See no signs of any moisture damage or any freeze damage at all. So I think we're good. It's out here on this farm, they're not all up yet, but pretty well are. Looking at the spacing, see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All 3 1/3 inches apart. Looks perfect. Here's one. Nope, there's one there. Here looks like a skip, but there he is. Spacing looks perfect with the case. It's probably right through here. Running close to 11 miles an hour, minimum of 10. So the high speed on the case planer is working great. So glad to see it. Glad to see we're not hurt by the freeze. At least I'm 90% sure we're not. So, which only got down to 32 once. So it's not a bad temperature. Especially when we was afraid of it getting down to 29 and staying there all night or half the night. Didn't happen. Last night was about 4 degrees warmer than it's supposed to be. That's always good news, the right way. Been 4 degrees colder than it's supposed to be, we might have been in trouble. I'm liking the spacing, looking good, well satisfied.
All right, got these feeder wheels. There's a big size and a small size. I think this is my problem. I can see a lot better in the light of day. See how it's got kind of like 3 rows of notches? This one has got a groove wore in it, and it's only got 2, so pretty sure that's a problem. These seed boots are what the seed drops out of. They were a little loose, so tried to tighten the bolt, ended up breaking the bolt. Had George run and get me a bolt, and the best part about having George be your parts runner, then he shows up, then he starts working on it.
Yeah, the guy didn't have it apart like he's supposed to.
With much persistence and some praying, I think I'll go get it out. George had to go get Garrett some chemicals. Went to get some easy outs and some left-handed bits, which we don't have at our Indiana place. So he didn't abandon me, he just had more jobs to do. Yeah, it's coming. Praise the Lord. There it is. Notched into it, was able to turn it eventually and chisel it. Oh, the outside threads ain't gonna be real great, but the inside one should be good. Should be good enough to hold it. I ran a little bit while I was waiting for him to get parts with that one in there, so should be good. Tell you what, I think I like this planter better, but I think the deer might be more durable. But that's not really fair to say, because I'm planting into a lot of hard, dry soil. Like I did some no-till this year, did a lot of strip till. That was worked in the fall, so it's still kind of hard. Looks worked after I get through it, but beforehand, it's hard. So it's not really fair to say, because for this year, we did all pre-plant anhydrous, so it was always worked in front of me. So I guess that's not fair to say. Just frustrated, but got it.
Well, down here on the Wilson farm, looks like I'm about to get gobbled up by the Aggie. He's in front of me and behind me. And Garrett, if you can see him, he's over there in the John Deere sprayer. Down if you can see him. Go across the field here. Jay's back that way, working around. A lot of action down here right now. Reese's still up on the Indy farm. About 2 miles from here, I guess. So 3 miles. He's working up there. Thinking about putting another row on this planter for next year, so it'll be 48. So if I want to plant no-till stalks with the stalks, I can get right in between the rows. Got plenty of room on the right side because I don't have markers, or the left side. I could actually put on 49 if the monitor will take that many rows. I'll have to check that out and see if it will. But definitely add one, if possible.
Now we're really close.
Hard to keep that guy out of my way.
Well, been going smooth. I'm back right out of seed. Filled up with it. Out of the Underford tender tied to the Titanic. I'm not loading my liquid out of the Titanic right now because I gotta run up to the Indiana shed anyway, so I'm running out of our bulk tanks, which is a really good setup, if you ask me. We got 5 different tanks of nitrogen, which we store in the winter is 28 because of the freezing, and then as we need filled during the growing season, we put 32%, so we don't have to put on as much, and 1 of ATS. So filling directly out of them into the planter. Notice I got my big hammer out. Had this thing hose bust apart, so cut a piece off to get that off, the bad part, cut the bad part off, and put it on there. Man, that thing went on there hard. But we got her. We are rolling.
Well, we're done in Indiana with beans. We still got quite a bit of corn over here, but I got about another 900 acres, I guess, of beans to plant in Illinois, so I'm gonna head back that way now. About an hour-and-a-half trip from where I'm at, maybe close to 2. Little road time.
Well, finally made it down the river bottoms. A 375 acre field. Sun's going down. Everything's going smooth. So I think I'll finally get my night shot, which will probably be at the beginning of the video. But we're trying to get it for a little while now. Been waiting for a big field and just keep having troubles at dark time. So hey, I think tonight's the night.
It's Friday morning, headed down to the what we call the swamp, and it is a really wet field. It's in about, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields to plant 48 acres, and it really hangs wet. It's dry right now. It may drown it out Saturday, but I got to replant. We'll take a chance on it while it's good and dry. Made it back from Indiana. Put a new bull pull hitch on my 1260 case planter. It's tongue light when you're planting, you're turning on the ends, and it really wore the hitch out bad. The bull pull hitch has got that like rotating ball in the middle, and it's I think it'll be a lot better. It fits a lot tighter. We'll see how it works, but it also wore out the top hammer strap part of my tractor, so we're getting me one of those too. I think Case needs to change that hitch on his planter. It's the track 1260 because we used to have a tard one and it never did that. Something about the weight distribution. So that ought to help the situation. But we're headed down here, headed down to the end of this swamp area. All these fields around here kind of drain through the swamp. This is a farm that could have been fixed years ago. Took out a few trees and dug a couple ditches to it and it's been fine. The way it is now with the laws, you can't fix it. So it is what it is. It's part of a rental farm. It's a good farm we rent, so we farm this with it, of course. But we've had some decent crops on it. See how it comes out this year. You get down here to a field like this, sure glad you fall sprayed it. Because I come down here and no-till it, don't have to worry about a big old weed mess to get killed. She's pretty well ready to go. It's the way we like her. Good flat field. See on my map there how many fields it is. But we'll get her. Won't take long. Gonna have to fold and unfold a couple, 3 times. All right, now I'm up here on the drainage district ditch, Wolf Prairie. Gonna knock out a beaver dam or 2. There's 2 of them. This one here really got the water held up in this ditch. It's supposed to rain, so we need to get this knocked out. So we'll see how this goes. All right, well, we'll cut us one swath through the middle and watch the water flow. Going to the big one now. See what it looks like. Boy, it might be an adventure just getting to it. Look at this ditch here. It's about completely full because of the beaver dam. Going back through the jungle. Hope we don't find a washout here. I tried to back in here with a mower this summer, tractor mower. It's not the first time this beaver's built a dam up this spot, so we can get in and out of here. Well, I made it through the jungle along the ditch back to the giant beaver dam. Look at that dude. Good 3 to 4 feet of water being held up in the drainage district ditch. Some of it's almost in the fields before it ever rains. Boy, people don't know anything about beaver, don't know how much problems they are. Maybe this can give you some perspective if you can see it, because this won't wash out just because it comes a big rain. It'll still be there. The water will just go over top of it. We don't have the ample supply of ditch that we need to run the water through here. It's bad enough when it's clean, trying to keep it out of this prairie. So we're going to try and knock this big dude out. We'll probably have to go around the other side too. Can't wait to see the water flow through this one. Hold the camera and work the backhoe boat. Get her out there a ways. Reach halfway, maybe we'll get the other half. Yeah, we can. Here we go. Let the water flow. One dip, not much good it does. But right there, save a few crops, comes a big rain. Okay, we finally made it to the other side. We're going to try to get some more of it out. Got it all out. We're going to 2 sides. Sure going to do a lot of good. I'm sure he'll put it back. We'll have to work on him. That'll help him get a big rain, get this ditch lowered. Alrighty, done some good today.
Well, I'm on my last round. This 160 acre field. Been a pretty productive day. About 400 acres done. Would have got a little bit more, but had a self-imposed breakdown, which we ain't got time to talk about. Darn it. Currently got about 5,400 acres planted, so between 400 and 500 acres left. I'll be done. All of it's here in Indiana, except for 30 acres I didn't plant earlier around home that a landlord was wanting to get some tiling done. He had somebody else tile that, so they could definitely use the rain on it before I plant it. Dad's got 4,500 acres planted, so he's getting there. He's got about 700 left, which is one big river bottom that's really low around home, which I'm sure I'll be planting next, and then seed beans, which I think Pioneer may allow us to plant Monday. Good chance of rain tomorrow, like 80% of like a quarter to a half inch, but I've been hearing that all spring and we haven't hardly got anything, so we'll see on that. Next week they're calling for a lot warmer and wetter, so we could definitely use the rain. That field I got left at home, I would like to have rain on it before you plant it, since it was tiled and didn't work out very good. It'd be better had it rained and then planted it. But we're definitely on the home stretch. Not much left. I could be done in a day and a half. So we've definitely never had this much done this early. So a really nice spring. It's not quite get done yet, so there's still a lot more riding for you left. But thanks for riding along with us. Thanks for watching. See you next week. As always, get you some merch if you'd like some at ivers-farms.myshopify.com. Link is in the description. See you.